Welcome back to the chat. I don't know. I felt like for a second that I had an intro that I usually say, but then I realized I don't. So I had my first live stream on Saturday, and it was a lot of fun. I had a great time. Thank you so much to the people that stopped by. I checked it out. The people that came in the chat, seriously, it made it a lot more fun than the streams I've done in the past where nobody. So thank you. Thanks for the recommendations. I think we had a great time talking music. And if you are interested, that sounds fun to you, I plan doing it every Saturday for the foreseeable future. So if you're free on a Saturday and want to hang out, I will be streaming on YouTube. On the stream, we listened to Jane Remover, Census Designated. That was one that I got recommended from the Quantic video, and the album is fantastic. It's so good. I've listened to this album a couple of times since doing the reaction, and every time I'm just amazed. I'm amazed that at all these little elements that I didn't even pick up on when I first listened. It's like they're appearing out of nowhere. It's like she's putting out new versions of the music to show the clips from the stream from when I reacted to it. This is so good so far. So I'm listening to Jane Remover because I did a reaction of Quantic's Step Dream. These guys they're touring together, Quantic and Jane Remover. So I can totally see the similarities between the two, and I can see why this was recommended. They have that like bottled up shoegaze energy, but also that late 90s, 2000s alternative rock vibe as well. Which they go so well together. It's a really, really great effect. This is such a mellow opener. I got like a kind of a Creed vibe from it. You could tell that it's not going to be quiet for long. that kind of got where I was expecting it to go. That was a proper loud track. One of the cool things that I was thinking of, like during the first part of this song, we live in such a cool time where bands like this, it's my understanding that like Quantic and Jane Remover are relatively like indie bands. They're not exactly working on a major label budget, but we live in a time where we have such ready access to production software. Any laptop can be really a good production system. That like the first half of this song, the production quality, they were punching way above their weight class. Like it had that smoky atmosphere. It really like set the tone perfectly for the song, and it made the guitars hit so much better when they came in, and they kept coming in waves. It felt like not just one wall of sound, but there was like one big wave and then another one on top of it when they kicked the distortion up even more. Oh man, that was a sick song. One thing I want to say about this album so far, I really like the lengths of the songs. They're like a good middle ground between being too short and not like fully fleshing out the idea of the song, and being too drawn out and risking getting boring or overstaying their welcome. A nice consistent basically 5 minute mark for all these tracks seems really like a good pace for the band. Like the songs have enough time to like grow and form themselves. I like that song a lot. That had a great hook. On that guitar when it like exploded, it literally sounded like we were in the bottom of a cavern or something. It was like echoing off of the walls. Yeah, the production on this album is insane. When you're able to add all of these production elements and really create a beautiful texture with the guitars beyond what they were doing in the 90s with just distortion pedals and layers and layers of amps, basically. So it's awesome hearing this genre come around again with modern technology. I'm loving this, and I'm so glad that beyond Quanic and Jane Remover, there are from what I've seen, a lot more albums with shoegaze elements from last year. I think that's like one of the best trends of 2023. That was sick. Yeah, so I'm gonna go see these guys in February. They're playing a show with Quanic, and just when I'm hearing these songs, I'm hearing it with the anticipation of seeing them on stage. And there were parts of that song where I just could not wait to be in the crowd for it. Like when they're doing that build up, and then it, like, glitches and does that like that like grinding sound, and then the guitars come crashing in. Yeah, it's such a cool effect. I just keep coming back to the production on this album. It's like Jane Remover is putting in like cheat codes and like artificially creating lower lows and higher highs, like creating more of a difference, a gap between those parts of the songs, so the effect is so much more striking. But you know, the effect is incredible. Yeah, really big fan of this one so far. I think I counted 4 separate guitar lines there. That was fantastic. That was so good. So a while ago, I saw a couple of my favorite bands from the '90s play a show together. I saw Hum and Failure, and ever whenever I listen to Quantic and now Jane Remover, I'm reminded of that show because they have really similar vibes. And I think the comparison is apt where Quantic is like Hum and Jane Remover is like Failure. Hum had those super deep, drenching guitar chords and riffs, and Failure had more alternative hooks and melodies. They both are in a similar vein and similar genres, but Jane Remover, they have these really great hooks and melodies, sort of buried in the song, but still there. There's like a bit of a focus on that. So they're definitely like different bands, even though they're going down a similar path. After the song, we listened to a song by Monopod, and it fit the album really well. It was like a nice red wine paired with the medium rare steak that is Jane Remover's Census designated. So if you listen to Jane Remover, I would recommend also listening to Monopod afterwards. It's a nice palate cleanser. This is true. I love this vibe so far. All right. That being said, back to Jane Remover. I feel like we had a nice walk through like a field. Got a nice tan. Got sun dried for a while, and now we're back to lifting the boulder of Census designated. Dude, wait. This is honestly such a funny start to this song because it sounds a lot like just that Monopod song, just with like more textured production. It's like Jane Remover had the exact same idea that maybe once people got through idling somewhere, they would also want like a palate cleanser. It's such a similar vibe. It's not what you wanted. I forced myself to it. I got running like a limb with her legs cut off. Like one's not on the line. How filthy can I get by? When you talk to me like, come, let's try. Jump like a pop star, gun in my pocket. You asked if I wanted to die. Wow, that was such a vibe. Is this going to Census? Oh no, that's just how it ends. Jane Remover has so many tricks up their sleeve. they're pulling out these guitar sounds. Like there was that one like little lead guitar lick, like maybe a halfway or 2/3 through the song, and it was like there for like 10 seconds and then didn't come back again. So many sounds and effects and the tools that they have at their disposal, and they know exactly when to use them. That serene, ethereal production at the start that gave way to the heavy, distorted guitars at just the right time, and then that little guitar line just to elevate the peak of the song just a little bit more. It's really impressive, the mastery that these guys have over all of those little elements. It's so easy to get that wrong and have it just sound like a song that's bloated with a bunch of random sound effects. Shoegaze as a genre is pretty known for being overwhelmingly textured guitars, sort of monotone, creating that big wall of sound that overwhelms you. You don't listen to a song like this and expect to hear like a little glitchy breakdown or something, or that very clearly defined guitar for like 3 seconds. So it's really cool to have that textured effect and also have these little production elements that really add to the experience. I can't afford to have you turn back now. And I get sick thinking of how much I hate you for making it out. Well, welcome to anybody that just joined the stream. You are now deaf. When it did the first breakdown and then the guitars came in the first time, it felt like it was somebody, like the voices were coming from a different sound, like a different radio station than the guitars. It didn't seem like they matched up right. It was a really like interesting effect. I feel like I need to like listen to that one again to get the full effect of the song, just because I was like trying to parse the guitars and the vocals. Everything just sort of got lost in the insane amount of sound that they had. There was one point where I was trying to count all the different guitar tracks that I could hear. There was like textured wall of sound guitars in the background. There was like an acoustic guitar strumming like a simple line. There was another lead guitar doing these runs. So it all like swirled together in this insane just cacophony. Yeah, crazy production as always from these guys. We're dipping into like noise now. Wow, okay. that one was a ride. That one made full use of its 8 minutes and 43 seconds. I'm still really intrigued by the opening of it. That, like, bizarre experimental noise for, like, a minute, and then it went to this really smooth shoegaze track. But this song filled one of my favorite tropes in music, and that is the slow build-up while the lead singer says the same line over and over again. You can't help but feel the power behind the words when they say the same thing the 10th time over. Tracks like Lowe's I'm Nothing But Heart is a great example. That one's probably one of my favorite. Broken Social Scene, Anthems for a 17-Year-Old Girl, Brand New's Limousine. There's a million other ones, but giving the song that backbone of the lead singer just saying the same line over and over again while the rest of the band builds up behind it. All I want you to do is chase me. 18th time. It's like, we get the point, but the band growing and swelling behind it. It's just every time I hear a song like that, I get sucked into it. It really draws me into the moment. Yeah, that was a great one. Did not feel like 8 minutes and 43 seconds either. It felt like it flew by. Such a great build up in that midsection. And then when I wasn't sure if the guitars were ever going to actually come in, if it was going to be that heavy gut punch of a song. But then they did, and it was, that was a fitting emotional climax of the album, seeing as this one's 9 tracks in. But yeah, let's see what can do. This one's like cinematic. This whole song just feels like one final flex from Jane and Ruber showing off their production skills. It's a tough one to really dive into because there wasn't much in the way of song structure or melody. It really felt more like a breakdown. It felt like it was there as a thematic or conceptual element for the entire album. Like this record had been spinning at 33 RPM for 11 tracks. Or for 9 tracks, and then on Contingency Song, I just didn't have the energy to keep going anymore.
that everything just sort of slowed down and came to a stop here. Like they put everything into those first 9 tracks, and then this one was just the last push of energy when they had that like big build up at the middle of the song, and then everything broke down and slowed to a stop.
All right, so that was Jane Remover, Census Designated. Like I said, I've checked this album out a couple of times since doing the live stream, and it is just unfolding in front of me every time I listen to it. I see another layer, and I've just been blown away by it. Really, it's a fantastic record. As far as album of the year category that I would give this to, it's got to be production. It's got to be that. It's the best production. It's unreal how good this production is. We'll see. I mean, obviously, I got a lot of music to listen to from 2023, but this is far and away the best production that I've heard so far. And that's saying something, because none of these albums have been poorly produced yet. But the effects, the layers, like I said during one of the songs, it's like Jane Remover gave themselves cheat codes, because they're able to reach lower lows and higher highs from the production. It's able to give everything that extra push of a smooth tranquility at the start of the song, and the gut punch of heavy guitars when they come in halfway through. It's able to take everything that shoegaze did in the 90s with distortion pedals, amplifiers, just layers and layers of basic guitars, essentially, and bring that into 2023 production elements. I'm really hoping we get more stuff like this now that there are albums like Step Dream and Census Designated and Soft Scars. Yeah, thanks so much for watching, guys. Feel free to like, subscribe, comment. I love all the comments that these videos get. And stop by the stream. Planning on doing my next stream on Saturday, 12 p.m. Eastern time. And I hope you see you there. Thanks, guys. Bye.